Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden.
Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he is out of bounds here on the return. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that, but that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
The Saints had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Jameis to throw it. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On third down, here's Kamara. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They run. It's Kamara. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25 they operate with a 1st and 10.
To throw, Winston being chased out left. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone saying, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs work through those gauntlet drills,
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They go play action. Winston.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Winston.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Stafford now to throw.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They snap it to Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last two plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A first down throw for Winston. Steps away. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
CD, that's the second time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
It'll be a gain of 5, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston now from the 50. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Winston now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. They'll run it with Kamara. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, they were down early here in this 1st half. I think they felt their backs were against the wall already, so they go for it on 4th and goal. They're able to punch it into the end zone.
And they did a nice job there, feeling like their backs were against the wall. But going ahead and hunkering down and pushing forward and getting that score, that continues to give them an opportunity.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stafford. incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. This time they stay on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
53, 32, 22, 70.
The final shot before the break, Stafford.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. The drive keeps moving.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. Ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
And he's got it down to the 28.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now Winston. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates them because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing is Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he's got some space here.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast.
In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll run here with Akers.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Van Jefferson
From 8 yards out.
and the Rams have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Winston to give, it's Kamara.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
On the counter, this is Akers.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 67 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball's moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Kamara up the middle. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stafford going to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.